Well, I don't have a whole lot of stories to tell. You're probably relieved to know.
Sorry.
But I do have a bunch of notes. I just want to say thank you, Mom. Thinking back to my childhood, there aren't any real particular events that I remember. Just the general feeling of growing up in a great family, great environment. The overall tone, I think, for that great family was set by you. You know, being with us full-time mom rather than working outside the home like so many do today, etc. I guess what stands out to me the most is our family times on vacation. We had some great vacations that we took together. Mom and Dad were in a club. They had a clubhouse out in the country near Herman, Missouri. We used to go there quite often with Grandpa and Grandma Ampleman, with the Shelleys, etc. We had such great times there. We used to, after the kids were put to bed upstairs in the clubhouse, the adults would play cards and stuff downstairs, and we would hear Mom's giggling coming up the stairs and stuff. And that was always delightful. And we never knew when they went to bed because we were always asleep. We stayed up late into the night. And anyway, so those were great times at the clubhouse that we had. We used to go to Lake of Ozarks for vacations. Aunt Irene and Uncle Charlie were there, and we did a lot of fishing and stuff. We went to Iowa once to visit some of Mom's cousins. That was great, out on the farm and stuff. I think we got to ride the horse, that lady that we met. Before then, though, the most memorable vacations to me were out in Colorado. And I don't know how many we took, one, maybe two, but it seemed like we were out there all the time to me, because they were such great vacations. And I remember the road trip out there, Dad would drive, and Mom would have to keep however many kids we had at the time happy, and we weren't happy. And if we weren't happy, Dad was not happy. But I remember that trip, they would actually venture out and take us into restaurants to eat. You know, there was not as much carry-out food back then as there is now, so they would take the whole brood into the restaurants. And I remember hearing on the jukebox, Itsy Bitsy Teeny Weeny Yellow Polka Dot Bikini songs, and Sherry Baby. Those were great memories. Out in Colorado when we were there, the Beatles were there too. They were playing at Red Rock that week. And I almost ruined the vacation because I had to go and see the Beatles. They're right here, come. And she would not back down. So, but still, that didn't ruin the vacation. It was a great vacation. And we went to Little Britches Rodeo. Grandpa was managing a rodeo at that time, Grandpa Hammis. And we saw Melissa ride in one of the rodeos. It was Mom's cousin. And she had this, it was Lady that she rode, I guess. Maybe not, I don't know. But that horse did so many great things, but it did not have a reverse. And the little routine she was doing, you had to take the horse and back it up. And it just wouldn't go. I remember that, I don't know why. So those were great times, the vacation times that I remember. Also, I just had to say thanks for letting go of us kids when we grew up. Beth and I have mentioned many times that we do things rather unconventionally. And probably all that Mom and Dad could do to leave their hands off and not give us advice and stuff, but they never gave us unwanted advice. They always let us go and find out for ourselves what was the best thing to do and what was not the best thing to do. So I appreciate that a whole lot. But I guess one of the best things with our family was music. For some reason, all of us are, I don't know that we're all musically inclined, but we love music a lot. And maybe that's Glenn Miller's fault, I don't know. Dad his Glenn Miller records that he liked to listen to. I still remember some of those tunes just from way back then. We had the tan and pink hi-fi record player that he put his records on. He had his Glenn Miller records, and Mom had her South Pacific soundtrack, and we heard those all the time. but they had to kind of sacrifice that when us kids started listening to our own music. So they had to sacrifice their hi-fi needle to My First 45, Ticket to Ride, and Sue's First, Help Me Rhonda. Hi-fi was never the same after that. Anyway, but I wanted to tell you, Mom, that it meant a lot to me when, after a number of years, it seemed as though you were starting to enjoy the music that we listened to, tapping your foot and singing along and moving around a little bit. That meant a lot to me, that I didn't have to sing South Pacific to be on my own. Mom always talked about me walking around the house and singing Perry Como songs, and for the life of me, I didn't remember any of them. So some of my brothers and sisters had to point some of them out to me. But would you mind if I sang one?
No.
Okay? All right. Well, I brought my guitar. Oh.
I just so happen to have my guitar.
What if we'd have said no?
Is he going over there to do it? Just happen to have it in his back pocket at this table.
I don't remember well, so I'm going to have to...
Does he need help, John? John, does he need help? Would you help him?
Funny looking guitar.
Grab his guitar for him.